It's going to be great. We're going to have uniforms and name tags, and I'll pump music into the building. It'll be great.
Oh, God.
They all kind of smile and just look happy and pleased with the new situation. You get the idea that they may not have liked Kern that much.
Oh, goodness. I want to turn to one of the smiths.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. Could you forge me something? It's rather simple. It wouldn't take too much long. I'm gonna draw in the air with minor illusion a triangle with a little stick. It's a type of magic. It's like a musical instrument, like a bell. You hold it. You hit the little triangle with the little rod, and it makes a sound. Could you make me one of these?
They both kind of look. They raise an eyebrow and say, "It shouldn't take more than a couple hours."
Ah, excellent. Thank you so much.
They
I'll
smile.
put a gold piece. I'll put a gold piece. I'll put 2 gold pieces for each person. Each one of the smiths. Here you are.
They take it and pocket it real quick and say, "Look at right on that, sir." And they both dive into their work, pulling metal and just start heating it up. And before you leave, hammering it out.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Back to work.
Yeah. If you could, as I'm walking out, if you could, just engrave on the side of the triangle, like in it, just engrave very lovingly domestic disturbance. That'd be great. Thank you.
I say, "Will do, sir." And they get to work. All right. So you 3 exit the shop. Where are you heading?
Where should we head to?
We need to go down to the bowels. We need to talk to, what's his name?
Ask the museum some stuff? They might know.
They might know.
We could.
We could.
I'm assuming you have connections with the museum.
I met the director when I turned in some stuff to him.
Dante, what happens if we find out the museum's involved with Iron Solutions?
Well, I'm going to take them down.
The museum?
Yes. The art is meant for the people, not for private industries.
Well, I'm aware of that. I'm sure. Well, okay.
If they are corrupt, they don't belong.
Okay.
I can stand by this.
Yeah. But who governs?
I am very passionate about this. Okay?
Who
if I found
polices
out that they're selling the stuff, they will be sorry.
Who polices the museums? No one's ever asked this question before.
The secret order of the archaeologists, obviously.
I was unaware of this.
I also was unaware of this.
Yeah. The secret order of the archaeologists. Our motto, it belongs in a museum.
Yep. Yep. That's exactly our motto.
Yeah. I guess we should head over to the museum, see if they know anything, and then if not, we should definitely head down to the bowels and talk to the flock.
And then the bureau, maybe.
Oh yes, the bureau, them as well.
So, being led by Dante, you guys make your way to the museum. It's about 2 or 3 in the afternoon now, so people are out and about to an extent. But eventually you reach the museum, which doesn't have as many people as were at it when you visited the first time, Dante, but there's a small line waiting to get inside.
I got connections, don't worry.
Alright, you approach. The same guard who saw you earlier kind of sees you approach, and he gestures for you over. And he says, "Are you here to see the director again?"
Yep.
He goes, "Easy enough." And he opens the door and says, "You know where to go."
Thank you.
Okay.
And I lead them through.
You lead them all the way past the main hall into the small side offices, eventually to the director's office, which is open, and you hear him talking with someone inside. Pamphlets?
Yeah.
There are a few pamphlets as you walk in.
I want to grab some.
Okay, you just grab a handful?
Yeah.
All right. You grab one called "What is the Scavenge?"
What is the scavenge?
Another one that says "The Bowels and Where to Go."
Oh my goodness.
And then the third one is just basically a dinosaur pamphlet.
Whoa. Dante, Hugo, I feel so informed.
I'm glad for you.
Glad you're learning something.
Right?
All right.
All right.
So as you approach his office, you do hear him talking with someone inside.
And listen in on it, see what they're saying real quick before going in.
Yes, you guys stop. Make perception checks. Anybody who wants to listen in.
Hell yeah, I want to listen.
I'm focused on my pamphlet.
I got a 3.
A 3.
I got a 17.
17. With a 3, you try and listen in, Dante, but all you can hear is Octavian flipping through his pamphlets and just going, ooh, look at this.
Incredible.
Wow.
Hugo, you make out a little bit of the conversation. They seem to be talking about how the museum is accepting new donations from an archaeological site that was discovered in the bowels. And basically they're just going over statistics and how to send the relics, who's going to transport them. Nothing too important. And eventually the conversation ends and you see a halfling gentleman dressed in a suit kind of walk out. He stops at seeing all three of you, kind of taken aback, and then he just shakes his head and continues on down.
I'll hand him my pamphlets and walk inside.
Wait, he's taken aback by us, and then he shakes his head at us?
Yes. Like,
Rude.
like he's like, oh my, and then he's like, oh, it's nothing. And then he continues on.
Oh, okay.
Like, you caught him off guard.
Because
I
we're right outside the door.
Yeah.
And
We
kinda-
did.
Oh my god. Okay. Oh, people.
Yeah.
We're good.
We were
Okay,
just
let's
there.
move on.
Yeah, you guys were so quiet that he just kind of like, oh, shit. Oh, no, that's fine. But
Alright.
eventually the director kind of pokes his head out and says, oh, you're back. Do you have more
Yeah.
relics?
No, actually, my friends have some questions for you.
Yeah, we'll ask the questions around here.
He goes,
Whoa, be
sorry.
nice. Be nice. He's a
I'm
good guy.
sorry.
he goes,
Give me
well,
water.
he goes, I have a flask of water.
If it's your personal one, I'm okay. Never mind, Ben.
He goes, I don't backwash.
No, it's fine.
He eventually says, oh, well, all right, I don't have enough chairs, so some of you will have to stand.
Alice,
But come in.
Alright.
And you guys enter, and he goes behind his desk, and there is only one chair in the room, so two of you have to stand, but
It's fine. I'll just sit crisscross on the ground.
all right. He kind of leans on his desk and says, so, what can I help you with?
Yes. We were wondering if you had any dealings with, and I'm going to get real quiet, kind of like lead an Iron Solution.
He kind of raises an eyebrow and says, I'm not familiar with Iron Solutions. Are they an archaeological team, a relic team? What are you talking about here?
I have a passive insight of 15. Do I sense anything bullshitty?
You sense he's telling the truth, that he genuinely has never heard of Iron Solutions.
No, they're just a group of individuals that are up to no good and
They are a company.
just wanted to be. They're a company, yes, an
They are a
organization.
company that is trying to, from what I understand, hold the market on selling weapons.
I think it was just business in general. They were also going to those, slutty bookstores and
They're
You
bullies.
get you get the idea that,
they're bullies.
yeah, they are focused on weapons, but in order to fund the weapons, they also get other shops involved.
It's like the mafia.
Yeah. Anything in their territory, they try and claim.
Yeah. You wouldn't be
They
happy.
try and claim whatever they can as far as business goes in order to fund their own wars, I suppose.
Hmm.
And he says, well, we never had any dealings with an Iron Solutions as far as I know, but I'll keep the name in mind.
How about an Arthur Sin? Have you ever had
Yes.
an Arthur Sin?
You see his eyes kind of perk up, and he goes, well, Arthur Sin has donated a few relics in his time here in the city.
You don't say. Wow.
Can
they
we
were
check
just-
those relics?
Yeah.
He goes, well, if you'd like, they're on display. You can take a tour of the museum when you're done here.
Oh.
Which
Yeah,
section would they be in?
He goes, well, I believe they are connected to the scavenge, so they should be in the historical wartime pavilion.
Okay.
Ah,
What do you
And
know
he-
of Arthur Sin other than him
Ex-
donating?
exactly.
Well, he is a man who is involved in the arts, involved in archaeology. He uses most of his wealth to help fund some archaeological digs. But he's made a couple donations. But I've never met the man personally. It's always been an emissary coming from his home.
Ah, yes.
Oh, what sort of
course.
emissary?
Just run-of-the-mill message runners he hires, and they deliver the
Human.
artifacts. But he's never personally delivered an artifact, as far as I know.
I see.
We're too above it. I understand. Well, thank you, Director. We'll, you do good work here. Lovely, penmanship for these pamphlets.
He goes, well, oh, I don't write them. The children in this local schools make them.
Okay, that's odd.
It's just projects. They get involved with. We try to involve students in history. So as side projects, they make us our pamphlets.
That's why
You know, it's nice.
Octavian was so into it.
You know what, Dante?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're lucky that I have the wrist strength of a butterfly.
All right.
Well, thank you, Director.
He says, well, if there's anything else I can help you with, you've made contributions to our fine museum already.
If I could, maybe just have a little pitcher of water you keep in the room for if you ever have guests and some of them are parched or thirsty.
He raises his finger and says, I will keep that in mind.
Excellent.
Now, if anything else, you can also tour the museum if you'd like.
Yes,
Oh.
we'd like to actually look at those artifacts. that
Yes,
Arthur Sin
yes.
has donated
He goes, of course.
so generously.
You see him pull out
Yes.
a slip. He pulls out a slip of a notepad paper and he writes on it, and then he just kind of sits there quietly for a few seconds before you hear running from down the hall, and you see a human woman come bursting into the room, and she goes, yes, Director, how can I help? And he goes, these three fine gentlemen would like to see the artifacts that Arthur Sin recently donated to us in the scavenge section, if I recall. And she just kind of smiles and says, I can take them there and give them some and allow them to see the relics.
Give us some backstory.
Yeah. If you know it and anything.
Okay, and before I go, I'm gonna ask him. By the way, did you hear anything about any kind of sites needing help recently?
He kind of says, well, with the festival approaching, most of the sites have been shut down and the workers have gone home for the coming weeks. So not a lot of archaeological digs are going on currently.
Good. I think we're good to go.
All right.
All right.
He says,
Excellent.
Daphne here will take you to the relics.
Daphne?
Daphne. Just be gentle with them. They are fairly rare.
Oh, of course.
He goes, but if that's all, I'm glad I could help. And he kind of sits. He takes out his canteen and starts to drink from it. And he looks at you, Octavian, one more time and says, are you sure you don't want any?
I'm fine. Trust me, it's great.
I don't backwash.
He goes, all right. And Daphne kind of gestures for you to follow her.
So, Daphne, have you
Yeah.
heard of the man? Have you heard of this man, Arthur Sin?
Does the name ring any bells?
She goes, it's not ringing any bells. He may be a contributor to the museum, but I've never personally met him.